Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Sorry, I got hung up there for a second. My voice. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. I just took a drink, so I guess I was like, maybe not quite done swallowing. I'm still getting over my summer cold just a little bit. We've got a card that's trying to fly out. We're going to take two of them. Anyway, this will be your weekly reading for the week of June 22nd through the 28th, Aquarius. And during that time, we will have a waning crescent moon. And that's a really good time for surrender, rest, and healing. A good time to just kind of, do a little evaluation of where we've just been and what we need to let go of. But definitely just rest and get ready for the new cycle ahead. And that new moon does approach comes in on the 25th or the 26th, depending on where you are. And of course, the new moon is a really good time for a fresh start, new beginning, good time to start new projects or make new decisions, that sort of thing. So keep those moon energies in mind as you move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Aquarius. So, of course, please keep that in mind. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't for someone else. We're going to take two cards for your overall. It's time to take action is the first card here, and you are good enough. Every time I see that card, I think of Stuart Smalley and saying, gosh darn it, people like you. Some of you will get that reference. Some of you, some of you old SNL people will get the reference. Some will have no idea what I'm talking about, but Stuart Smalley was a character on SNL back in the day. So, all right, Aquarius. My weekly reminder this week is that you get out into nature. Maybe take a hike or a walk in the woods, find a beautiful area and just really relax and enjoy and try to connect with nature. You can do this through water if you're around water and you can, enjoy the waves, the ocean waves lapping on the shore. Of course, we're all very jealous of you if you're able to do that. So don't squander that ability to do that if you're near the ocean, because the rest of us really wish we were. But if there's a creek near you or a lake, you can also hear the sounds of water there, or, get out in nature and just observe the wildlife. I really have a good time in my backyard just watching the birds and the squirrels and the bunnies and the chipmunks and, all the little interactions that go on back there. So anyway, that is my advice for you this week, is that you get out, connect with nature, just really close your eyes, connect, and just enjoy nature just a little bit more than usual. All right, Aquarius, June 22nd through the 28th. It's time to take action, and you are good enough. Let's see what you Aquarians have going on this week. Okay, Eight of Wands. So the first thing is what you have going on is something, there's a lot of quick changes, a lot of information, a lot of things just coming in at you. And so, yeah, it might be time to take action. If you've just got these wands that are just flying in, it's like, Joel, you take care of one thing, bam, something else comes in. So a lot of activity, a lot of, just a lot of energetic activity going on and things coming at you. Your current situation is the Six of Pentacles. So things happening, but you're also kind of feeling like an outsider because of it. And maybe you're missing out on other things because you're just busy managing life. There's just things coming at you that you have to manage, and you have to tell friends, no, I can't go do that fun thing because I have to deal with this other thing over here. Seems like there's just a lot coming at you. And of course, yeah, it may make you feel a little bit like an outsider, but get through it. It's fine. Sometimes you just got to buckle down and get things done. At the root of your situation is the Six of Swords. And this is you moving on to the future, moving on to bigger and better, looking at, this is air energy. So this is moving on to new ways of thinking on an intellectual level, but also on how to communicate better and maybe be more clear about the things that you want, the things that you need. You're moving towards that. And this, that's definitely at the root of what's going on with you this week too. So yeah, that's good. In your recent past is the Queen of Cups. So you come into this entire situation of kind of a little bit of chaos this week and things going on, kind of with some emotional stability, and not only for yourself, but also that you just understand the people around you in an emotional manner. So, you just do. And like I said, with the Queen, it's kind of like she understands her own emotions and how to manage them, but also her subjects, the people around. So you understand kind of the ebb and flow of things, and that's a good thing. That's just a good skill to have there. What is on your mind this week is the moon. So this is one of our cards of mystery. This is mysterious paths, and this could be maybe your intuition is just really at your forefront, and you're kind of letting that guide you this week, as things are coming in. And maybe you're not thinking as much as thinking that much, you're just intuitively acting on things, and that's fine. This could be also that something's on your mind on the intuitive level, that there's just something under the surface that maybe you're not completely clear upon, like you're just having a feeling, that gut feeling. But that's the reason we have them, is because that's part of our abilities as a human, is to have those kind of skills. You can't always put your finger on it. It's not always the easiest thing to read. You just kind of just know. Sometimes this could represent too, your subconscious, is that something is brought to your mind because of a dream that you might have had. So that's on your mind a bit this week as you're managing these things, and as these things are coming into you. There's some intuitive aspect also that's kind of at the forefront. What is just ahead of you is the Knight of Swords. So I've seen this card quite a few times. It's funny with tarot, again, I see, I don't know if there's a card, maybe, I don't think I've seen this card here, but I've seen this card in quite a few readings. Doing readings for the collective, I can kind of see different areas where you guys are intertwined, that there's things that are coming in where someone else might have gotten this crazy Knight of Swords message, but it's just ahead of you, like you haven't gotten it yet. Someone else around you might already, it's just very strange how tarot works, that the same kind of cards want to come out weekly, and I can see the entanglement of all the different signs together, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so just ahead of you is something coming at you pretty quickly. Also, you've already got these wands incoming, but this is something that's either a thought that's coming into you very rapidly, or some message that comes into you, and it's the kind of thing that you do need to react quickly to. Um, and it might be something that you're feeling on that intuitive level. What is in your advice position? Okay, wow. This card has also come out quite a bit. It's just so crazy. Four of Pentacles. So what's your advice is to hold on to your financial stability. And I feel like this is now maybe the fourth or even more reading where Pentacles have been at the forefront, and where these cards are just coming out. It's really interesting. I'll be interested to see, I need to probably go look at, the astrology for next week when it comes to finances, because it seems to be right at the forefront of everyone's mind. But your advice is just kind of hold on to things, through all this chaos. Maybe don't make any big huge decisions, when it comes to your finances. Let's just kind of see how everything plays out. What is beyond your control is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, just relax about it. It's time to take action. You are good enough. Whatever actions, things you have to take care of, you just got to do what you've got to do. And you can do it. I've got every faith. But whatever this message that comes in very quickly and is maybe a little bit of a shocking message, more than just the mundane things that you're dealing with every day, that's the thing that maybe we're not going to take swift action on. We're just going to kind of maintain your stability there, and let's kind of have a wait and see attitude. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is the Fool card. So here you are, is it your secret desire to be off on some new journey, or are you trying to avoid that? And it could be that that's kind of your big question of the week, is there time for you to take off on a new journey? I mean, it could be if your overall says it's time to take action and you are good enough. So it might be something that you're just thinking about, and it could be that that's what comes in, this message, the kind of is the catalyst that's going to take you somewhere completely new that you weren't even really thinking about. So that's going to be your big question this week, is that your secret desire, or are you trying to avoid that? I'm not even sure if you'll make a decision about that. Let's look at your outcome card. Is the Empress card. I've seen her this week also. So the Empress card, where she's typically our card of creativity and really pregnancy, but it's about, harvest and bounty and things just being in the right place. And it could mean physical pregnancy, but many times it means making decisions that take a long time for things to come to fruition, right? So, so that this new path, if this is something that you decide to do, the benefits of that new path may take months and months to kind of come to fruition. It's something you're gonna have to put your time and energy into, again, like a pregnancy, something that's going to take a long time to play out. But and that's going to be your big decision. Do you have the time and energy, and do you want to put all of your energy into that, that's going to take a while to pay off, which you may. I mean, there's things that are definitely worth that. What is hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck is the star card. So we've got the moon and the star, and the star is about direction or being on course, and that's hidden from you this week. So you might not even quite be sure what direction it is that you want to go in, and that's why that is a question. And that's why your biggest question is about this Fool card. That's a completely, just a new journey, a new path, that maybe this information came in and you hadn't even thought about it before, or you hadn't even realized that that was an option before. So um and I think you're gonna have to think about it. I don't think it's going to be very clear, and I don't know if you'll make a big decision about it. You are good enough. You can do this thing, this new opportunity that came in. You're definitely ready to do it if you want to. Um, but I think with the action, it's taking action on these daily things that are coming in. I'm not sure if you're going to make a big decision this week on this new thing that comes in and this new path. So, and that's okay. You can sit on that. Um, you know, I mean, unless someone needs an answer right now, and if they do, just if it's that big, you really do need to think about things. Don't give in to feeling pressured. And you're not the first one. I feel like what was the other? There was another reading too that was kind of about feeling pressured. If you look, what did I? Well, let me look at my notes here. That reading was maybe a Capricorn. If you have a Capricorn in your life too, they need to not make big decisions. And I might give you that same advice this week, is just no big decisions. I don't know why everybody's in such a rush this week to, I know it is the new moon and it's about, doing new things, but anything that you're feeling pressured or rushed into, people need to just relax. So don't feel like you have to give in to that pressure. All right. Soul Oracle deck says revive the dormant. And is this new journey about reviving something that you thought was dormant, something that you thought maybe wasn't a possibility, or in your realm of possibilities anymore, and maybe it's coming up like, oh, actually maybe that is a possibility, and accept what is. I've also seen this card quite a bit. A lot of repeats in this reading, Aquarius. So, I'm going to say, again, don't feel pressured to make a decision about whatever this new information that comes in. It's okay to sit on that and think about it. Use your intuition. You know, understand your feelings and emotions about it. And you need to think about your instability. If this new journey is going to knock you off your stable path, then maybe you just need to reassess and make sure that that's something that you need to do, because you have long-term goals here. You have long-term goals when it comes to just financial stability, but also like your mental stability, and just how you kind of get along day to day. So I'm going to say for you too, no big decisions this week. Just kind of think these things through as they come in. So Aquarius, I really appreciate your time here with me today. I hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know what it is that you're going through. What big things what are you mulling over? Is there some new path that was something that was from your past that came in? Is your intuition kind of guiding you, or is that just confusing you and making the water even a little bit more murky? But I don't think I'd make a real big decision on this week. You might just want to continue mulling this over and sitting on it, because you need to just hold on to your stability. You might be quick to want to make those changes, where maybe you've just made a change and made a commitment, um, that you're not even completely into yet, and already you're trying to change course again. So let's relax. Let's relax. Aquarians can be a little bit detached about those sorts of things and make decisions quickly. Let's relax. Let's think about your stability, right? Anyway, I do readings every week. So come back next week and we'll see if this energy continues or if there's something completely new here for you. Also, once again, if you like my reading style, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really does help my channel, but most importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So, Aquarius, good luck with this and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.